Alright, today it's going to show you a couple of ways to test your alternator, a couple of checks you should do before replacing your alternator. So what we've done here, without the car running, we just check the battery, make sure the battery does have 12 volts. Can be another issue why it's not starting and doing those sort of things, but so I think that the alternator and the batteries and starter motors all work. So the battery is there to start the vehicle, the alternator is there to run the vehicle. So it's very important that the alternator is running at a certain voltage when it is running. So the best way to test and find out what the voltage is you want to turn all your accessory lights on. So that's headlights, high beams, indicators. If it has air conditioning, you want to put all the maximum load on the vehicle you can, and then check the reading what you've got. So start the car up. If the car doesn't have aircon, just put the fan on and get it running. So as you can see here, we had 12 volts before the car was started, and now with all the accessory load running, we're running at a 13.5. So you want to be anywhere from about 13.4 to about 14.2. You can be a little bit higher. If it does spiking over that 14 to 15, you've got a fault inside the alternator as well. It shouldn't be that high. And obviously if it's below or around that 12, it's not obviously charging the battery and it's only just enough to run it. So I'll also show you what happens when I shut all the lights off. So I turned all the load off, and there we are, 14.1, 14.2. So that's where you want it with no load. Obviously you want to check it fully loaded and get your reading. So obviously anything under 13, new alternator. Anything sort of over 15, obviously an auto electrician to have a look at it, make sure there's no other issues inside your system. So So now we've got the old alternator out here, guys. So always good to check if you've already got your new alternator. You want to mark it up. Always double check your inside measurements, outside measurements. Also want to double check, make sure the plugs are the same plug before going to fit in or doing anything with the new alternator. So on the old alternator you can see a number here with also the plug style. So sometimes when you're asking for a quote on an alternator, we'll need these numbers. So this is the sort of tag you're looking for. You want to give us all the numbers you can, or even a photo. We can see all those photos. If you could send them through, we can always cross-reference and get you the correct alternator the first time. You'll see a couple of little similar differences in this one. We've got the old power wire on the back side. This aftermarket one here is on the top. So the difference with this one is we're going from a 50 amp to a 60 amp alternator. The reason we're doing this one is the vehicle we're working on has a lot of spotlights and is an off-road vehicle. So to help when he's driving at night time with all the spotlights and light bars and everything on, to make sure it keeps getting enough charge to the alternator, we're up in the amperage on this one here. So a little bit of differences. So some modifying I might have to do on this one just to make sure I can get this power wire to here. But that's some of the things you have to do if you are upgrading or trying to personalize this fitment, but majority of the time you'll always find the aftermarkets in the same place as your OEMs. So another one with this alternator, with the Vitaras, they have two options. So either have the 4V or the 1V pulley. So with this Gen X alternator, they came with the spare pulley. So on this one I'll have to take off this front, put the new pulley on there, and get it all fitted up and get it tested.